So you're going to heat up your leftovers in your microwave and bam, your handle breaks. And that's exactly what we're gonna fix in this video on specifically a GE, but it'll also work for like Samsung, Whirlpool, LG, all the other microwaves, more than likely. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. If you're already subscribed so you don't miss another project, and let's get into the tutorial. There's multiple ways to fix this. For instance, you can use an epoxy resin on this and glue it back. However, mine does not have enough surface area here. Could probably do it on the top there, but the bottom would just break again, which I will link to an epoxy video in the description. So we're going to replace these handle brackets. So you could replace the entire handle, but for this video, we're gonna be doing the handle bracket. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna find our parts needed for this microwave. You can look at the parts themselves. I also recommend you opening your microwave and going here looking for that model number, and you're going to take that model number, and then I will see you guys on the computer. So we're gonna punch that number into Google, and I know mine is a GE microwave, so the GEapplianceparts.com or GEappliances.com gives you an exploded parts assembly diagram. So here's the door. You're gonna look at door parts, and then from there, I'm looking for just those brackets. They don't sell just the brackets. It'd be a door handle, and that's $75. So that's not going to work. If you go to Amazon and you type in your model number and then handle support, you might find ones that could fit your model. You're going to look for some sort of a replacement model number. However, on mine, I had ordered these, but they were not the correct ones. They looked like they were, but I didn't actually take off the end until they arrived, and then I found out they were the wrong ones and I had to return them. But more than likely, yours will fit this 2-pack right here. This is a common microwave handle. And if you can't find your specific one on Amazon, another way you can search is looking for this microwave handle part number. So you'll copy that, throw that into Amazon, and look for replacement handle. For here, it's a white one. Ours is stainless steel, or black would look fine. So we're not gonna buy that, it's $23. These ones are $50, we're not gonna do that. We were looking for just the parts. I had purchased this, but it was not the correct one. It showed up because it was sponsored, not because it fits my microwave. If you find one that's not ridiculously priced, you could just buy the entire assembly, but I recommend doing a little bit more research, trying to find out if you can replace just these support brackets. And this would have been $8 if it fit mine. However, the mounting holes were swapped, and I'll show you that later. But if you can't find yours on Amazon, then you could go to eBay, type in that handle number, and then I found this support. You sort price plus shipping lowest first, and that was the cheapest. You could buy 2 of these for $13 a piece, because I have to replace 2. If you only needed 1, you would just buy 1. And then if you can't find it there, you would just go to Google, handle support, and you would search. Oh, it looks like I found a cheaper one from this supply. So I could have bought this from this supply rather than eBay. So you can see this screw inside of this microwave handle. You're going to take your Phillips head screwdriver and you're going to remove that screw. Okay. And this is where I saw the error on the original part that I had bought. There is a screw that goes into the handle on the bottom where there's this rounded piece, and then the screw that goes into the actual microwave door on the top, and then this other one that broke. This is our original one that was broken. Screw on the bottom, the microwave part on the top. And before they were reversed, when I had bought that one on Amazon, it was this was actually down here and that was there. So I couldn't fit it back on. So make sure you have the right one, return the parts if you don't. So we're gonna take off the other side, lefty-loosey, and save those Phillips head screws. We're going to reinstall, replace the new piece where the old one went. There's 2 little notches that match to 2 little notches up here. So we'll push those on. That kind of locks it into place. And then I'm going to drop the screw. Okay, getting that screw into there. One of the hardest parts of this job. I'm going to slide it on like that. And then righty-tighty. And then the other side. Once the screws bottom out, they're as tight as they're going to get. And you can throw these ones away. So we have our new door handle assembly. Now we got to get to the back part of the door so we can get access to these screws and then remove that old plastic and reuse that hardware. For that, you're gonna need a butter knife. You're gonna stick it in between and then rotate outwards, popping off this inner plastic panel along that side to the corner here, and then we're gonna do it along the bottom. And you can also go along this inner side, and once you get far enough, so you can see all these little plastic clips. There's one there. Those are what you're trying to release, these plastic clips with the butter knife. If you have access to the screws from the back, then you can do that, but it looks like I have to go a little bit farther. I'm gonna have to take off this metal piece as well, because the screws are behind this metal piece. So I might have to take this piece of plastic all the way off. I'm gonna work it with the butter knife around that side as well. I got this piece off with the same technique, just using the butter knife, rotating it underneath the plastic and just working my way around. Now I'm gonna take my Phillips head screwdriver. I'm gonna take out whatever screw I need to. It looks like this one, this one, this one, that one, that one, and that one. And then I'll be able to pop off another panel to get to the screws that I need to. It was pretty tough with this little screwdriver to get them all out, but a beefier one would be easier. But if I can do it with that, I know you can do it with your better screwdriver. And now this, I'm gonna take the door off to make it easier to work on because it keeps swinging. And this piece of trim is gonna have to come off. That one is already broken. So to get yours off, you probably would have to pull little tabs to remove that. And then it looks like the door, yeah, just lifts off. Just lifts off like that. So a lot easier to work on the ground. So from this corner here, I got my knife. I'm just gonna stick it and then rotate it towards me. And it pops just a little bit. Pops there, same thing here. Poke it in, rotate it towards me. That gets that off, or lets me at least rotate it out of the way. And these are the two screws that we've been wanting to get to. There's some broken plastic in here, probably from this upper trim piece. And to get these off, lefty-loosey. Taking off these two screws, I tried to do it with the screwdriver, but I'm gonna use one that gets more torque. I'm holding the piece of plastic with my left hand that's broken and taking out the piece of hardware. So I was holding this with my left hand while taking out that. And we're gonna try to do the same thing. Ooh, I can't, it's just spinning. So when I'm trying to take this out, this is just spinning. So I'm gonna get some pliers to hold that. So I'm gonna hold this with the pliers while I turn that screw. And this would have been incredibly difficult to do with the door on. There it goes. So we got the handle. It could go on either way. I'm gonna half tighten that screw and then tighten this one. Just about hand tight. Same with the top. So those are both tight. And we're going to reinstall this. There are little clips that has to go underneath so you can bend the door. All of the little screws that we're holding that door on, we're going to put in.
2,000 years later.
Now we got to get the door back on the hinge. There's two holes. And then there's two pins. One pin there. And then one pin right there in the center. The pins drop down into those holes. And once they drop down, the door's back on. We're gonna put this one piece of trim plastic back on. And it should just be able to press in since it's all just pressure clips. Should be able to just press in. There we go. And there is our handle. Good to go. Let me know in the comments if this method worked for you, what make and model you had, or if there was any differences for it. That way, if somebody doesn't have this exact one and there's like a little trick to it, they can read about it in the comments and help people that way. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss another project. And I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.